We're live.
We're live. All right. Hey, everyone. Oh, man, I don't have mine. I'm going to grab it in a second. Um, so I'm going to take over for like 5 minutes. Well, 2 minutes. Hey, everyone. It is Kiana and Love.
What's cracking?
We have officially changed our sip and pip to Saturdays, and so we're just really excited.
Why we do that though, Kiana? Why did we change the sip and pip?
Okay, so the reason why we changed is because Thursdays within our investment group, we have so much stuff going on during the week. And so we had like some people that really wanted to get on, and then we had some people that had to do
we really wanted to get on.
Yeah, and we wanted to get on the trainings. And it was just so much. And we were just like, why not do it on a Saturday where everyone can join? Everyone can have a chance to be a part of the panelists. We can have, it's just, we want our families to be here, you know. So and it made a lot of sense. So Saturdays are lit. So Sip and Pip Saturdays. I'm excited for it.
Everybody got a cup.
Yeah, where's everybody's cup at?
Mickey, my wife, is a FITM graduate.
Okay. I gotta go grab mine.
Okay, we're gonna do a 2-minute intermission.
Okay. Right. Well, I go grab mine really quickly.
Down there, one of our panelists.
So since Amari already has her cup, Amari, introduce yourself while me and China go get set up.
Yeah, y'all go get set up. So I'm gonna introduce the topic, Amari. Just hold fast. You guys. So today we're gonna talk about. What are we gonna talk about today? What did I name this, guys? So we are gonna talk about why trading, right? Like right now, tomorrow, and why next year and the year after that, why trading and an at-home business makes sense, right? So we're going to talk to different people that do trade, different people that do have an at-home business, and we're going to try to tie it all together for you so that it makes sense to have one or the other or both, right? And for those of us who have one or the other or both, why it makes sense to us. And it really, it's an important topic, right? It's an important topic to discuss. We're not just always going to get on here and give you technical analysis on things or talk about technical things, but we're just going to try to make sense to you and talk to you like people to people, right? Because we are our regular people. Some of us are moms. Some of us have dogs, wives, husbands, brothers, sisters. You know, some of us just go through different things, and we want to connect with you on a deeper, more intimate level. And we just want you to kind of check that out. So we're going to wait for Fred and Fret to get their drink so that they can be with, we got all kind of, we got the host back. We got the host back. So I kind of introduced the topic, sis. It looks like China's still not ready. Amari took a piece out. So, if you want to introduce the panelists, I already introduced the topic, so we can just get ahead.
Okay. Awesome. So we have 2 amazing guests. I'm pretty sure we'll have more people jump on later on, but right now we have our 2 boss ladies. Amari, I actually finally met Amari in person when we had our Atlanta leadership retreat training, and she is just really amazing. Like, she said that she was shy, she didn't like to talk, and I was like, what? She is always killing it, and she has a heart to serve people. And I just really thought it would be great to even have her on here to give her insight on trading and also creating a home-based business, and how does she balance both. She does a lot of stuff. Like, when she's was talking about the things that she does, like a yoga instructor, I was like, girl, she trains different things. So I thought it was perfect to have her on. And then we have China. Now, me and China go way back, right? And really way back. And she has been she has 2 amazing daughters. She was living in Texas. She is now in California. And even between the transition of her moving, she still stayed plugged in. She was still on launch crew training. She was still okay, what do I need to do? I need to get right back on track. And so I want to just get her outtake on how does she balance having kids and also being inside the cultural investment group and trying to share this opportunity with other people. So those are our amazing panelists that we have today.
Awesome. I'm excited.
I'm excited.
Yoga instructor and West Coast vibe got to say.
Yeah. Right.
Hey, I know I'm the only one on here with a hoodie on. So my house is super cold in the afternoons. It's super cold all day. So I'm cold.
Well, no, I was gonna put one on too.
Rocking these t-shirts and tank tops and said it was cold.
See, we turn the air off in the morning. It's still morning over here. So
You know, Maryland's super humid, so it's like the devil, right? Like if you turn off the air, that humidity's gonna come, right? I just can't. I got to pick the worst, the lesser of the two evils, and for me, it's the cold. I gotta pick the cold. I'm not gonna pick humidity ever. I go outside and
like what happened?
yeah, and then the whole house get, start to smell. No, I got dogs. My house does not smell like wet dog. It's not gonna start.
with the moisture, yeah. Over here, it's like dry
it's
air.
Like instant. So. It's instant, yeah. So I gotta keep it on.
Okay, Lolo.
Lolo said,
right. Lolo is
on too.
He like, I feel it.
So let's go ahead and get right into the questions. Right now we have Amari and China on. So you guys Amari, you can answer first, then China, you can answer second. So my first question is, when you first came into this and the opportunity was brought to you, did you ever think you'd be sharing the information with other people?
Honestly, just because of, I feel like I'm an introvert, and it's a lot of people think like, oh my goodness, how is that when you're like in front of a lot of people and you help and you talk and a whole different like atmosphere. So in knowing where people's minds are when it comes to the clothes, and it's something new that I was getting into. So I wanted to make sure that I ended up getting results first. And I did. And even when I did, I started off with my family, and, they pushed it off because, they're just like, whatever.
Total, you mentioned results, right? Now I know we can't really mention income claims. We live on public Facebook pages.
Yeah.
When you say results, though, what are you indicating that you profited somehow?
Yes.
Okay.
Before I even knew anything, because I came in and I was just like, I was in a place where I was getting low in myself because I already had a home-based business as Energy Fit, quit my job, started off my Energy Fit business, which I didn't expect that it was going to be as hard as it was, transferring from, I ended up seeing how hard I would work for somebody else's business. But when it did come to my own, I would push things behind, like, oh, I'll get this done later, or maybe another day. And I didn't go as hard as I did. So it wasn't as fruitful at that time. The comeback to it was really tough, and I started losing faith in my business and starting to give up. So, praying and stuff, and this opportunity ended up coming to me. So I was just like, leave it, let me take it. And just by hopping in and staying and listening to my coach and my mentor, she's just like, use the information, use the resources that you have. So I'm going in on the videos, and they were quick and easy. And just from off of those, 3 videos and receiving help from the Culture Investment Group and also the instructors in the IM Academy, when I say profit within that week, close to over $600. And I wanted to.
I mean, some results are different, and they vary for everybody. And we're not here to boast or brag or anything like that. But I think what she meant to say is that it's very possible to come in with the mindset that you're going to get plugged in immediately and see results immediately. Now, this is one of my dogs trying to get up in the video. Come here, Milo. Say hi. Say hi, Milo. Milo needs a haircut, everybody.
Hey, Milo.
You have to go, okay?
And results came within myself, just mentally as well, and just staying positive, like a whole mind shift change, like Donna and just the people before me who set up that 21-day success guide, and just waking up together and, speaking positive to each other and letting each other know, like, okay, the goals that you are striving for, you can get that. And it takes you and it takes us that we can grow together. And I wasn't used to that, knowing that I can grow with other people. I was told, just growing up, that you really can't trust other people, or people want to see you fail and do it for the people who want to see you fail. When it's like, no, don't do that for people who do it for you. Do it for, your family. Do it for the success, and showing other people that the situation that you're in right now doesn't last long, and it does not mean that it is your end. So it definitely has.
Now, I heard a saying before. Somebody, it was like, I don't know if it was a meme or a saying or a quote, but somebody said, was it a bad day or just a bad 5 minutes? Don't milk it. You know what I'm saying? And some people get in these ruts or these situations, and that becomes them, when it really was like a bad day. It wasn't a bad month. It was a bad day, right? It wasn't a bad day. It was a bad 5 minutes. So, some people do milk those situations, and it's important to be around the energy that you want. You know what I mean? And understand that there are energy leeches out there. There are people that want to get around you and soak up all your energy, but there are people that want to pour into you. And it's important to be able to tell the difference. And that's cool.
Yeah. Awesome. That was great, Maria. All right, now China, it's your turn.
Okay, give me the question again.
Okay, I just forgot the question. I forgot the question.
It's okay. So I said when you first got into this, when you first got into like the idea of wanting to trade, or even trying to share the information with other people, what was your first thought when you kind of first came in?
Well, I actually, I was looking into it for a while because I seen other people, I seen another person actually, who was doing it. And, you know, I was just kind of just like keeping an eye and just kind of watching how the flow went and everything. And once this pandemic started, but prior to that, you know, I'm a single mom, raising my kids, you know, and I was working full time, and I didn't really have too much help with my kids. You know, I was pretty much, you know, just hustling and bustling every day. And so when I seen Kiana, you know, making progress, I was like, oh, you know, hey, that might be something I could do. Like, that's key. Like, that's my boo. Like, let's see what she's doing. So that's what sparked my interest. And I remember that day, that week actually, I was like going through like an emotional phase, you know, being laid off my job due to the crisis and everything, and trying to figure out what my next step was going to be, you know, being that my kids aren't in school now, I'm laid off. So I'm like, I'm always used to going, like just going. So now I was at a standstill. I was like, okay, so now what's next? So I just felt motivated once I seen it. I was like, okay, yeah, I want to do it. Just because I wasn't doing anything else. Like, I didn't know what else to do. And I was just like, you know what, this is just, I don't know, my faith in God is just telling me like, okay, do it. Just go ahead, take that leap of faith. So I did that. And it was just really inspirational. Just that first call, just the three-way call I did with Tay, and then just being plugged into the Zoom calls, and just the energy that was coming from the group. And I was just like, dang, like, you know, my mind shifted at that moment, because I'm like, okay, so now I have a new vision, you know, so now I have something that I could actually feel like I'm moving forward, so I'm not stuck. And building a home-based business is really important to me, because I would like to be at home. You know, I would like to be able to see my kids grow and be a part of their activities and everything like that. And as a single mom, that's hard, you know, because you still have to work, you still have to have a life. Yeah, like it really helped me emotionally, spiritually, mentally. The mind shift calls in the morning, I try to get them as much as I can. Being that I'm over here in California, like the time I have to get up at like 4:30 just to make the call. But I'm like, at first it was hard to adjust to it, but you know, getting into it, you know, I like just having the mindset like, okay, I got to get up because I need to hear this. Like, I need to hear what they're going to say today. Like, I need the motivation today. Like, I need that mind shift today, because you know, last night, you know, the night before, I might have went to sleep, you know, stressed out about something, and so it just keeps me going. Like, it keeps me motivated, and just being able to share it with somebody else that might be in the same situation as me is just something that is really, I love helping people, you know, because I've been through a lot, and I know how it feels to be, you know, to be down. So if I feel like this is just like a great opportunity to be able to come into yourself and invest in yourself and find yourself and be happy with yourself and have a better life, and share your story and your testimony with other people, you know, because you never know what your testimony might be for somebody else. You know, you're one, even though you might not feel like it's a testimony, it could be like a life-changing moment for somebody else. So that's pretty much why I joined. And yeah, I love to help. Like, so I'm here. Like, I'm here until.
You know what I love most about what Amari and China just said is when people, me and Lo, we have this conversation all the time where people just think that we just trade. Like, we're all about trading. We're all about like getting people enrolled. Like, oh, y'all just want to sign people up. And to be honest, if everyone just listened to what Amari and what China said, they talked really not much about trading. Like, this is literally, we really, and when that says 10% skill and 90% mindset,
right,
that's true. And so what they care, not they care more about their mind or their like their mindset. They really care about people, and it's more about how we're feeling, and it's how everyone makes them feel, and getting on the calls. And because if you're feeling well about that, and when you get to trading, like, you're already happy. It's like a mindset thing. And I just like that it's like a big family. We don't say that. Like, you know, sometimes people be like, oh, you guys are saying you're a big family. And no, it's the truth. Like,
it's the truth. Yeah.
Yeah, like it's literally like, it's not a, like, me and Lo, like I call Lo, be like, Lo, she was like,
yeah, we haven't talked all week. I'm so sorry. I was busy.
Right. You feel bad. Like, I like, if me and Lo don't talk like for like 4 days, I'm like, Lo, what happened? Are you okay? Like, I've been talking to you forever, but it's really this is really more about family, making sure everyone is okay. But I have another question, and this is for everybody. I'm gonna answer it. Lo, I need you to answer. Mari, China. So this question is more like everyone probably have a different answer, right? So this is about having a home-based business and trying to put your family on. So I want to give you guys my experience on me trying to share the information with my family when I first got started. Me posting online, and then I want to, like, everyone else to give their opinion or give their statement. So when I first got started, I didn't know nothing about trading, right? And I didn't know nothing about, like, kind of like slowly bringing your family and friends into it, and not just be like, hey, you're gonna join today. Like, so when I first got started, I didn't know nothing about trading, and my family knew I hated math. So they were kind of like, Kiana, what did you do? And I was like, yeah, you make a lot. You can make something. It's from your cell phone. It's your phone. It's all you got to use. And I'm sitting here trying to convince them, like, you really should trade. And I have no idea what trading is. And my Facebook page was like Forex, a big old infomercial. And I told my mom, I said, Mom, all you need is to pay $235 and we can get you started. And she was like, oh, and I didn't know nothing about no three-way call, no nothing. And I was just trying to get them, and they was looking at me like, girl. So I literally was trying to get my family started for like 3 months. And then after that, I was just like, you know what? Just forget it. Like, I don't care anymore. It's all right. But what I learned is that they didn't know me as a trader. So you see so many people posting things about signing up for different things, or, you know, I have a home-based business now. And I realized that when you say that you have a job, right? When you get a promotion on your job, everyone's going to comment, oh, congratulations, because you're working for somebody else, right? But when it comes to you working for yourself, or you selling something, or you're providing a solution to somebody, you get like 3 comments. And then you be like, dang, like, I just said I got a promotion at my job and all y'all was excited. Then I just asked y'all to join a webinar and I got like 1 like. Like, how'd that work out? Y'all was all just on Facebook.
Right, so, right. Deceived you.
So for me, it was like very hard for me in the beginning because I didn't understand, and I kept going back and forth with myself, like, should I be doing this? Do people really believe in it? But sometimes it's like people really want to see, you know, how long you're gonna stick with it. And so after like a couple of months, people really was like, you're still doing that trading thing? I'm like, yeah, I'm still doing it, like, you know. But I knew a lot more, and I knew how to go around it a lot better because to be honest, when I first started, I wasn't really listening on how to post. Like, I'm pretty sure Ebony and Cliff was like, this is the structure, this is how you, but I was just like, everybody needs to know this, like, and I just kind of like threw up on everybody, like, here it goes, instead of really finding out if they want to do it. So my first experience getting into this was like, I was excited, but I was trying to throw up all the information on everybody, and that was just not the right way to go about it. But now all my family loves it. So Lo, your experience. Right. I feel like Lo has an amazing story.
Well, first of all, I got this other saying: the people you think will won't, and it'd be the people that you least expect won't, that will. And you know, I if I knew what I know right now, my top 3 legs would be my wife, my mom, and my sister. You know what I'm saying? If I had the sense and the knowledge that I have right now, right? So I make it my business to really have that conversation with somebody in the beginning. You know what I'm saying? Like, if this is what you think you want to do, I'm not saying you should do it this way. I'm just saying this will make sense, right? Because at the end of the day, like, I put my mom in last. I actually added her to, I had a leg that wasn't really like moving. And I had this mindset, like, if I'm going to build anybody, I'm going to build my mama. Like, right. It just makes sense to me. And then my sister, I actually had to force her hand. I randomly I ended up at her house. I brought my laptop. Every time I started, like, once I joined this and once I did that 10-hour run to play virtual training, I was like, oh my God, this is amazing, right? She thinks I'm in the car. I was like, man, I'm going to show her. So I started making a little money. I started understanding more, and the words started to make sense, and things started to make, and the entire blueprint made sense, right? There's a chairman blueprint, there's a trader, there's a blueprint. We have blueprints, guys, right? So all of you guys that are scared, there's instructions. There actually are instructions. Mm-hmm. So it all started to make sense. So I was at her house. We were in her office, right? She got two desks set up, 2 chairs and stuff. And I just cashed after $235. She said, "What's that?" I said, "I need your credit card." She said, "For what?" I said, "I'm about to sign you up in your name, though, so I need your credit card. That's the money. Send it to your card." Mm-hmm. And she was like, "You do not." I said, "Give me your card," right? So I had to force her hand. It took her a few weeks, but when I tell you she's all in, you know what I'm saying? Like, she's absolutely all in. And had her and I both had the sense that we have now, because I got my brother in it right now. Now he's not a quick starter like her and I are. When I say quick starter, I'm like, we see the vision like immediately, and that we running like 1,000 miles an hour to it. And my wife, I knew she would see it, but I had to wait for her to get here, right, from Cali to get her in, because she would not have been getting game for none of that. I could have sent her money. She would have never gave me her credit card information. You know what I'm saying? Like, no. She's not doing that. So she had to see it. And I'm telling you, had I known what I know now, they'd be my top 3. And I would have no issues drilling down and building under them, because it comes to, you want to run with your runners, you know what I'm saying? But your runners aren't always going to be the closest people to you. You know what I'm saying? So who and then the close people to you want to get in, and you're like, well, dang, I'm over here, you know, rocking and rolling with so-and-so. Well, who's so-and-so? Well, I tried to get you in. But I'm telling you, man, like, the stuff that we know right now, I think it's important to share it with our people in the beginning. Like, hey, if this is your plan, you know what I'm saying? This is how you can do it. This is how you can do it quickly. This is how you can do it efficiently. And this is how you can do it to have all them checks come to the house, right? Because, you know, my brother-in-law, shout out to him, just made P150 last night. His wife already P150, you know, so they got checks coming to the house, you know what I'm saying? So my next move, you know, my mom's a P150, about to go over there and help her son, you know, P600 real quick. And then the next move is my wife, you know, like, and everything is calculated now. Like, everything is like, how can we get more checks coming to the house? So is it hard to get my family members in? Yeah, but my immediate family, no, because they think like I think. But my sister was very much like, you did them fat raps, you did them vacation things, like, no. And she supported me through all of it, like, every single time. But this one time, the one time that made the most sense, I had to drag her up. But she's here, and it I'm telling you guys, like I don't know what everybody's situation is that's listening, but if you're looking to do something with your immediate family, right, like your rockers, like the people that rock with you and is gonna rock with you to the end, this right here, like, the blueprint just makes sense, right? It's a fail-proof plan. Like, I don't think anybody on tape says it all the time. Nobody want to, like, get rich quick. Everybody wants to get rich for real. And I don't aspire to be like my goals in life aren't to be a trader, right? My goals in life, I was talking to Kiana, like my plans, my goals are bigger than chairwoman. Like they're bigger than that because my goals have nothing to do with this platform. This platform though is going to provide for me to buy those low income apartment buildings that I want to do, to give back to my community, to buy my mom that house in the city that I couldn't buy her. I bought her a house in Puerto Rico, but I can't afford a house in that city she lived in. You know what I'm saying? Like my goals are bigger than chairwoman, but chairwoman is going to get me to my goals. And that's important for people to understand. And man, like it's a rock solid blueprint, y'all. So yeah,
That's
like
powerful.
getting family in, it's tough, but once they're in and once they see it, I think they ain't going nowhere. They ride with me to the end.
They end.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Wow. Thank you,
Yeah.
love. Thank you so much, because I'm even in my position now, I'm just like, man, how can I help my family get involved in this? Because this is a recession proof. This is a solution that can help you get to, bringing checks in, to build the family, to build the people around in the society and the community. It really is.
Because you got to build in before you can build out. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, that's cool.
Yeah, it is. And it like Kiana was saying, because that's the issue that I had at first. I was just so excited to be receiving. It was just like so much information at one time. I was just like, oh my God, I gotta show everybody else. Like I gotta show my friends. Like we gotta team up. Like we gotta build our team so we could hustle and bustle and get this, because um it is a pandemic and there's a lot of people that are suffering right now. And this is actually a solution for this problem. And it's just like, it just happened the way that it happened. It was just like, it was meant to be, you know what I mean? So I was just like, man, I got to tell somebody this. Like I was telling my dad, and my dad, he's really supportive when it comes to stuff like that, but he's supportive, but he doesn't know. So he's just going with the flow. Like, yeah, if that's what I'm not going to do it, but if that's what you're going to do, then go for it. You know what I mean? And even just like hitting people up, like, I like the closest people that were to me, that I had personal relationships with, like, people from school, some of my best friends, like, I still struggle with it now because, I'm still working through it myself. So I feel like once I start elevating myself, then, because it's more like people need to see the progress first. That's what I've gotten out of the whole experience, that people just need to see exactly what I'm talking about, because me just telling them, they're just like, really all they hear is, $200 and something dollars. And then a monthly fee, that's another bill, like, and that's where people's mindset shifts to automatically. So that's still something that I'm working through. But I feel like once, like Lo said, like once they get in, they're gonna see it. But as of right now, like, some people are really closed-minded. They don't even want to try to see what we're talking about. Even when we tell them that you don't have to pay for anything, all you have to do is just hop on a Zoom call. You know what I mean? Like, it's a call. You don't got to be seen. You ain't got to be heard. You're going to be on mute. All you got to do is listen. You could be driving. You could be at work. You could be cooking dinner for the kids. You could be taking a shower. All you got to do is just listen. You might hear something that's going to spark your interest, but, a lot of people aren't like that. And that's cool. I understand at the same time that a lot of people like actually have to see it. And, but I mean, my family, they're really supportive. And when they see that, how motivated I am about it, and they see me actually working towards it, and they see the phases that I'm going through, because it's not easy, like when where I was living before, when I was in Texas, it was really hard for me to stay focused. So that's why I made the decision to adjust to a different environment, to where that to where I am focused and I can be more present in what I'm doing. And I also had to surround myself with positive people. I had to surround myself with people that were open-minded, that, had my back, but also are understanding, even though they might not want to do it right now. they're like, okay, girl, I'm gonna support you though. Like, I got you though. Like, you know, I know your personality and I know who you are. So I know that, you know, you're not gonna put your foot into something that you don't think is gonna work, you know? So, like, yeah, I'm still struggling with getting people on. You know, I haven't made my rank yet, but I also know that it takes time and patience. And I'm very patient with the process. I trust the process. I see the vision already. You know, it's just me. It's just the point of me getting there. And it's not easy at all. It's not easy. You have to stay plugged in all the time and you have to be present. And then there's things that come in the midst of it that will distract you, you know, a certain emotion,
that life
certain,
thing.
yeah, the whole life thing. Like, you still have to have a life at the same time. And, you know, everybody's life is different. Everybody's trials are different. And but I realize as long as I feel like I'm putting a step forward to try, like, at least, you know what I mean? Like, even if there's a call happening and I'm 30 minutes late, at least I showed up. You know what I mean? Like, at least, like, okay, I missed that. So now I'm like, okay, I was late to this one. Let me make sure I get to the next one. Like, you know, I try to keep my mind focused into it. And I try not to let the trials weigh me down to the point where I just, you know, I stray off track and, you know, just.
That was good.
Yeah.
Thank you for that, China.
Yeah.
Y'all giving me chills in my hoodie, man. Like, I'm already cold. I'm gonna get colder
Like,
in my hoodie.
It only gets better.
Yeah, and just listen to y'all's confirmation, just because knowing that what you're going through, I'm experiencing, and just to remember to have that mindset that it's okay, you know, in time and divine timing, it'll happen, you know, because I do want to help, and my family all aren't in it. There are some I'm starting to get their attention now. In the beginning, you know, same thing. I was excited, just seeing the information, and I'm like, I'm going all in. I want to share it with everyone, but I know just with the experience of with that immediate family, not like they were supportive. I invited all of them to my Zoom call, you know, my first launch and everything. And, you know, they're coming in. I'm like, okay, so what did you think of it? You know, what did you love about, what did you hear? And they just said, you looked so cute when you were speaking. Look at this lady. And I'm like, did you hear what I was talking about though?
Yeah.
Right. Like, did you hear the information? Like, you know what I always find out?
What?
I always find out that, like, people will be there to support you, right? And like Maria say, like, oh, you look cute. Like, oh, okay, thank you. Like, but did you get it? Like, did you hear the information? And sometimes, and just like Ebony or Tay, you know, they always say, like, that people need a lot of exposure while doing it. But at the same time, what I had to do for myself is forget about what people are thinking. Like, forget about what they're calling this. Forget about if they want to do it or not, and actually live for me and live my life through what I'm doing. And so when that clicked for me, when I was just like, who cares if anybody in your family decides to change their life? Who cares if anybody decides to take this vehicle to their solution? Like, who cares? Live life for what you're doing and continue to, if you want to post every day about it, if you want to talk every day about it, this is what you do. And that's what I had to come to terms with, was just like, I don't care if nobody like my post. I'm going to post because this is what I'm doing every single day. This is my life. So either you're going to love it or you're going to hate it, but you're going to see it. So
because we're not doing it for the cloud.
Like, we're not doing it.
Two things before you change the subject. So I always say this information will never be wrong for the right person, right? And somebody asked me yesterday, like, how do you close somebody that keeps, like, you know, telling you next week, telling you, you know, I said, I don't. I said, because I'm not, if I have to chase you to close you, I'm going to have to chase you to plug in, and I'm not doing that. Right? Because that's it. You already do not have the right mindset that I need you to have so that I can even work with you effectively, right? That's one thing. And Awilda said on Facebook, you can team up with a person who has a transformation that you want and share their story, because once your friends see yours, it's too late. They can jump on, but they already missed the transformation with you. They can always join, but it's so special to see how many of us are close to the same starting point. I can't wait to see our growth. That's deep.
Oh, wow.
Everybody, like,
that's
I've been doing this for 4 months, right? 4 months. And like, I tell Ebony all the time, I started 4 months ago, and I'm like, yo, sis, your growth in the last 4 months the cultural growth in the last 4 months. Now I don't know who's been here longer than I have, but what I've seen, sheesh, like it's insane. You know what I'm saying? And to be connected to somebody like a Tanasia, right? To see the perseverance, the letdowns, the heartbreaks, and to see her win like she just won. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the first of many. Like to see that growth in just one person that you're connected to. Like it's insane. So people are missing out, and I feel bad, right? Because I have friends that want to hang out, and I'm like, man, I'm busy. I'm busy.
I'm doing webinars. Like
I'm busy. I got like 3 meetings this afternoon. I'm busy. I'm busy. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm too busy for my wife sometimes. I'm busy. I told her like when we get to where we getting to, like we won't have a lot of downtime. So
Right.
I'll probably be getting on her nerves then. You know what I'm saying? So,
right. Yeah, that's definitely important. But like Lo said, I've been here since I think the end of April, and just seeing the growth of CIG and how how everything has grown, like from the mind shift calls. I remember our very first mind shift call, there was only like 8 of us on the call. And now it's like looking and seeing like the transformation. To date, there's like 50 people on the call every morning, like faithfully.
Yeah.
You know, and it's
you
just like
consider time zones. Some people still work. You know what I'm saying? Like when I'm home teleworking, I'm plugged in.
Yeah. And the thing,
it is amazing to see.
And the thing that Ebony always says is that you know, it's not hard, it's just new. So I think that's the issue with how, you know, that's the issue with me getting people on, is because they don't know what it is. But, you know, now that Zoom is getting more popular, people are starting to understand more, like, oh, okay, Zoom is just like, we don't got to talk to people or nothing. Like, we don't got to interact. We ain't got to try to force people to come on, like, or we don't got to be interacting just to get information. You know what I mean? Like, we could literally just plug in, listen, receive the information, take it, leave it, do whatever you want with it. But you know what I mean? And
hey, ladies, we got an attendee I'm about to promote to panelists real quick. Everybody say what's up to KB. Look, bro, I'm sorry. I'm trying to watch the phones and the Facebook. It's a lot going on.
Can I say something real quick, Lo?
Absolutely. As he comes on,
So I always like when people think when you start like a home-based business, let me say this first. The one thing I like about I Am Mastery Academy versus any other opportunities that ever came my way, like Herbalife or TLC or anything like that, I don't need people to make money. That's the one thing that I loved about that, right? I don't need people to make money. So that's one thing. The second thing I liked about it is that I was able to help people around me, right? And I always have people, I talk to like a lot of people within CIG and, you know, about like either ranking up or am I going slow? Like what's happening? And I always give my testimony, and I started CIG in September of last year. I did not hit a rank until April 11th of 2020. That's almost when I joined. That's almost 7 months of just being consistent, because it wasn't about it wasn't about having people join. It was more about my progress. And I knew when my time was to come, it was going to come. So when people like say like, oh, people having a home-based business, it's easy, it's simple. All y'all have to do is sign up people. And to be honest, it's not easy. Like I don't want to say it's not easy, but it's a task. It is definitely a task. But what I figured out is you have to be authentic. You have to be you. You have to be real. You have to be transparent. And if you're not real and transparent and just trying to sell somebody a dream, you're never going to get to the point where you're like a Sydney Jones, a Riyadh Jones. Who else do Austin Godsey? You know, these people that actually went through, like when I heard Riyadh's and Sydney's story, the other, like I think a couple of weeks ago about, you know, how they transitioned from a chairman, you know, back to like a P5. Like when I heard that, I was like, wow. And they still remain humbled, and you will never even know. Like seeing Riyadh, well, Amari, you know, seeing Riyadh like in the, like being in front of him, you would never think that he's a chairman 50.
No,
because he is so humble and so realistic and real. And that's one thing that I love about this company as well, is we get real people. No one's trying to sell somebody a dream in this business. We're just really trying to help someone grow.
Yeah. Can I bounce off of you with that one too?
Go ahead.
Yeah, that's the point.
Oh, and that's why I had to like change my mindset. I was just like, I got in this for me, and just seeing of how I've been progressing. And I got in May, and I hear a lot of people say like, oh my goodness, seeing where it started at. And there was only like a few people on there on the Zoom call. I didn't see that. I saw, okay, there's a lot of people on here. So a lot of people are like,
when I signed up, CIG wasn't even it yet.
Yeah.
I signed up April 15th.
It didn't even launch yet.
Like May 1st, I think. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I was like, what? Culture? What we doing over here? Like, I didn't know what was going on. I was like, it's new to me.
I was just going with the flow.
Yeah.
Going with the flow.
The success guy wasn't there. There's an entire, now it's a lot to take in at first, you know what I'm saying? But it's right there, right? I see KB nodding. What you got, KB?
I got thank you for
absolutely. I'm sorry I missed your text.
It's so good. It's so good. I was sitting here listening. There was a lot of positive insight. When I jumped into this CIG, I didn't know what I was jumping into. I didn't know what was going on or anything. It's like, oh, you want to try this? All right, just keep an open mind, And when I seen what it was like mind blowing. It was mind blowing because I worked in corporate America for 10 years. I worked in corporate America for 10 years. Rockefeller Center, the property buildings, and me, I ran my own department. I wore my suit every day and everything, but I still didn't have the knowledge that the people upstairs had. I worked in the building with the hedge funds. I worked in the building with the corporate banks. I worked in the building with the central banks, and I go upstairs and there's 200 people sitting at desks in front of a computer, and there's graphs there. And these people live the best lives possible, and I'm always wonder, what are they doing? Like, what is that on the screen? And I finally got to see what it was, and I was able to learn it. That's like fascinating to me. Like, all right, my life is about to change. When I seen it, my life is about to change. I'm like, I didn't know how to do it, but when I seen it, it was like, this is what I've been looking for. Mm-hmm. This is what I've been looking for, and I'm going to keep an open mind because I know there are people who have the best lives ever, maybe I can gain some knowledge that can change my life, change my family's life. Another aspect that you guys were talking about was I'm trying to put people in front of the information, trying to help your family out. I'm trying to help my family out. Man, what I seen the other day, like, it inspired me so much. Like, Sandra, like, what you doing for your family, what you just did for your mom, like, that was like amazing. Like, that made my eyes sweat.
You're making my eyes sweat right now. Don't do that. She deserves it, man. Like,
my eyes sweat. That was amazing. Like, I want to do that for my mom. I want to do that for my mom. That was like amazing. Like, I called my mom right away. Like, Mom, let's do this. I'm just not ready. And it's we don't convince, we don't force. We just my biggest thing is trying to help people. I've always been about helping people. I helped a lot of young teens while they was coming up, from high school, like with baseball and sports and showing them different ways to live their life and the positive.
Think about it. We will, like, where we come from. I know you're from New York and I'm from Pennsylvania, but like, all we know to get out of that is sports, is to get good grades. That's it. Like, you got to get a scholarship. Whatever, one of those two things got to get you a scholarship, because we ain't got it.
Yes.
We can't send you to college. How you gonna get there?
Yes, but I heard someone tell me, school prepares you
to work.
Work.
To work.
To work.
The entire system prepares you to work.
Like us as people, we're so used to going to school to get a job, to use our hands to make money instead of using our minds to make money. Like, and we're so stuck on just using our hands and don't want to look to a better way to use our mind to actually better ourselves. So it's just the information like was mind blowing to me. I just wish so many others will see it. You know, that's in due time. I'm just gonna work on me and my family. And like I said, like we all know, I taught my entire family how to trade. You know, my 16-year-old son, my 9-year-old son. He knows how to
Can you
copy.
talk about that more, KB?
Say that again.
Like I want KB to talk about that, because I remember when KB first came in, he came in like, you know, cool. But then he did this live. And when he did that live, I didn't really know who KB was until I rewatched that live. I said, what? But KB not only made sure that he knew it, he made sure that his wife knew it, he made sure that his sister-in-law knew it, and also his kids as well. So KB, can you kind of elaborate a little bit more on what was the process and what was the thinking process on making sure your child knew a skill that will set him up for the rest of his life?
My process was, like I grew up from the street. There's no guarantee you're gonna make it to tomorrow. You know, there's no guarantee you're gonna make it to tomorrow. So I knew once I found out this information, I need to teach my family this before I go. You know, before I leave. If I know that if I teach them how to do this, they will be forever taken care of. If they know how to work this skill themselves, instead of just depending on me to actually do it, let me show them just in case something happens to me. And especially what we're going through right now, like I joined this platform and you guys, just to keep my mind off what was going on outside the door. You know, I was in the house worrying that I may get sick, worrying that my family may get sick. You know, my little son, he's really sensitive. You know, he's really sensitive, and he gets sick really quick. You know, he has asthma, respiratory issues.
And it was bad in New York when it first started.
Yeah, I'm in Atlanta right now. So just me being here at that point in time, I said, I did something right. I did something right by being here. Like, if I would have had to be stuck in that apartment in New York, I would have lost my mind.
Yeah.
You know, and just me having this house now and being able to go to the backyard and cook for my family or sit on a porch, that a lot of people don't know what that means, what that feel like.
Because can I reflect off of that too? Can I reflect off of that? Because I was born in Pennsylvania and I was raised in New York too. And I was living in Texas and I moved to California, but I was going through the two. Like originally I was going to go back home. I was going to go back to New York, but I thought about it and I thought about what it would have to take for me to be successful in what I'm doing. And I had to think about the type of energy that comes from the people that I would have been surrounded by if I was there, you know, as opposed to being over here. So that plays a big part. Your environment, you know, your mind, when you wake up in the morning, you know, you're not distracted. You know, it's a fresh air. The air matters.
Yes.
The air, being able to go outside. Like all of that plays a part, like emotionally, as far as how much you're actually going to put into yourself to be successful. So yeah, that's key. That's definitely.
Yes. That's basically how I say I lived a fast life for a long time. Now I have downtime. Now I have time to sit back and just think. Now I have time to actually have a real conversation instead of running out the door, running back out and running back in. And my life is moving fast, really fast. You know, I'm used to the fast life. So when I got here and was able to have some downtime, was able to sit in front of some information, to be able to read, to be able to communicate with certain people and better myself, you know, and see so many people around me, like so many like-minded people who are willing to change and who are willing to grow their minds. Like, it was like amazing to me. So like just the culture, just you guys, like every day, like I look forward to like just everything. Like
What we doing today? What we doing today? I get off of work, right? 300 messages on my phone. I'm like, man, first of all, let me tell you something. Y'all be killing my battery while I'm at work. I can't take phones in the building. My phone be like on 25%. It'd be 400 messages, and I'm just trying to, damn, we did all that today? Like, what we doing that? I want to get in, but I'm like, I'll be at work. They were like, Chief, why you mad? I'm like, I just took a break, went to my phone real quick.
You know what I learned? By being in the culture, what I've learned is, you know how sometimes like you celebrate people like here and there, like, oh, I'm gonna celebrate you, but it has been a couple like we're like Zoom family. Unless we have like a live event, we're like a big Zoom family, a FaceTime family, phone call family, right? But what I've learned is when people rank up, when people make big trading days, I feel like I'm like, oh my God, sister made it. Yes, I'm just so excited because celebrating other people I think I always celebrated people, right? Like birthdays to me are big, but being within CIG, learning the skill of celebrating every single body for small success, big success has really, really elevated me into a better person where I don't care how small it is. I'm going to be like, I'm celebrating you. Like I'm posting on Instagram, congratulations, sis. We probably never talked a day in our life, but you and the CIG, you're
right.
sick, you're a business
you find
partner.
yourself so connected, like you know what's going on, right? Like when you was texting me, I came out, I saw all these text messages, but all these Telegram messages, and you had text like, did so-and-so rank up? Cause I'm ready to do a fly right now. And I was like, she did. Like, it's so crazy because like the emotion that runs through you, right? Because here you are with family that you really don't know. My wife tells me all the time, you don't even know them. And I'm like, I love them though. I love them though. But it's crazy because but it's important though, just in regular life. Let's take CIG out the picture, but just in regular life, right? If you never learn to celebrate anybody else, you're never gonna get those things you think you want because you never appreciated somebody else's wins. You never gonna get it.
And then celebrating
blessings, man. Being a hater legit blocks your blessings. Like what you paying for? It's so much. What we say, 7.8 billion people in the world.
There's more money than people.
There's more money than people. Now I didn't say 7.8 billion employees because we already know a lot of these people ain't working right now. 7.8 billion people in the entire world, and this is a $6.3 trillion a day industry.
Yep.
We go, oh, you mad because he ate a little bit more today than you did? Go eat tomorrow, man. Like eat tomorrow. And
it's so good when you see people go. I remember when and I'm picking on KB right now because I remember when we were like, KB, you do the pre-list. He's like, I'm not doing it. But now he's like, put me down.
Put me down. I need more.
Just seeing that growth into people, like even when I first came in, just being able to see my growth or seeing China growth. Because I remember when we first launched China was like, you want me to do what? I gotta speak on where? How long? She was like, well, how long do I gotta speak? Like, what do I have to say? And when I posted in the launch crew, like we're having a sip and pip, who want to do it? China was like the first one to be like, hey, what time, what questions, what do I need to do? And I said, yes, sis. Like, but seeing the growth within people is so amazing. And to be able to say that we are all business partners, but at the end of the day, we're big brothers. I have big brothers, I have big sisters that I can really, really look up to. And I always use Mike Murdoch. I love his book, y'all. And he has three, he said it's 3 things that your mind need: a focus, I have it on my board, a focus, instructions, and a hero. And I feel like my focus right now is trading and helping other people. My instructions is the blueprint. Like I have a blueprint for trading, have a blueprint for helping other people, and finding a hero, having mentors. And I told Lo this the other day. I was like, Lo is literally one of my mentors because she really goes hard and she really, really cares about everybody. Like people say like I've been in longer than Lo, right?
Crying, y'all. Just so y'all know, I gotta keep y'all on these messages. She on Facebook crying, y'all. Shout out to New PC.
KB almost had me in tears. I had to come back like a thug. Yeah. I was like, I'm not gonna cry.
Yeah, right. Look, spicy heat. It's spicy heat. Spicy.
But I really look at people.
That touched me though.
When KB came in, he went really, really hard. Like KB, I was in longer than KB, but KB came in really, really hard. And I was like, wow, like this man is really passionate. So I started looking up to KB. I was like, whenever KB got along, I'm on it. Same thing with Lo. Like when I met Amarie, China, like everything just happens. Tanasia, like when Tanasia, our first launch with Tanasia, she was extremely shy. And then like her second launch, she was like, sis, I got somebody else about to be on the call. And I was like, yes, like, okay, seeing Aaliyah, Awelda, Tay, Ebony, Alicia, like it's so many people within the culture that's older than me, probably younger than I'm 20. Am I the youngest? I'm 27, so I don't know who's younger than me. But I don't care if they're younger than me, older than me. I literally almost call everybody a mentor because I take from everybody. Like whether they're, more spiritual than me, have more knowledge than me, I'm taking like, okay, that was good. Like I love the way she did that. And so it's just it's way deeper than trading.
It is. I look up to you, sis. I look up to you. You're a tremendous leader. Like I look up to you. I look up to Lo. I look up to everybody, man. Everybody has attributes that I wanna have. I haven't always done the best or the most positive things in my life, but I want to do that, and I'm happy to be a part of what I'm a part of now with you guys, and I'm just looking to grow even more. That's it. Grow with you guys.
I agree. I look up to everybody. That keeps me motivated because, like I said before, I go through stuff every single day. Being a mom, having to go through this whole past couple months. Dealing with your kids' emotions, dealing with your own emotions, dealing with the emotions around from other people. Because, let's be real, being locked up in a house is just not normal for human nature. You know what I mean? Yeah. So actually having to keep your mind focused, like this is what helped me do that. Because honestly, I couldn't see what else I would be possibly doing, being, like I said, I was laid off my job. And that was just like, what? Like, what do you mean? What else am I going to do now? Like, you know what I mean? And it's just like having people that are so, like, the energy is always high. It's always, it's always positivity coming. There's always, nobody gets left behind. There's people always checking up on you. People, you need that in order to stay, to stay on top of your game and to stay, plugged in and to actually want to do it. You know what I mean? And we have all of that, Ebony, the Austin's energy is always lit, Tay, like everybody.
Why are you calling me?
Yeah, see, like everybody, and it's just like just keeping you up. Like even if you feel down, I could say like within the last couple months I've been dealing with this is the first year that I haven't had my sister. My sister was my mentor. Like she was the person that like could tell me like just step by step what to do in life. Every time I was down, even though we were apart, she was in the military. She was actually the master, the senior master sergeant at 38 in Air Force.
Oh, okay. I'm like, we ain't got that rank in the Army, baby. I was like, what the hell?
Yeah, Air Force, and she was on her way to retirement, and everything happened so fast. So this is actually the first year, and I haven't ever lost anybody that close to me ever in life. So I never knew how that felt, and I didn't know, the emotions that would come with it throughout that process and throughout the healing process and just dealing with it in general. And like I said, when I first signed up, like I remember creating that post like, man, like this is it. Like I'm so excited. Like this is helping me so much emotionally, mentally, spiritually.
This is a real emotional episode. I see Tanasia on here talking about who cutting up onions, and I'm like, I didn't expect that.
But yes, like because that's how it keeps you going. Like it's real life. Like that's what people don't understand. Like it's not just something like we're just putting out information and this is how you're gonna get a quick come up. Like no, this is like real life stuff right here. Like this is real life what we're going through. We have to, this is us making a living, and you're doing it with other people, and we all have different lives. So it's like putting that together, you know, hearing how other people's stories, you know, somebody might be going through something worse than I am. And I'm just like, dang, like I'm sitting over here moping and stuff, you know, and rightfully so, but I need to get it together now. Like now it's time for me to get back. You know, I had my moment, you know, my moments or whatever, but now it's time to get back in the game because, you know, you can't stay down too long. You stay down, you're going to stay there. You know what I mean? And that's never been in my nature. That's never been in my my spirit to do that. So, you know, it's I love it here.
Love it here.
Somebody else trying to say thank you for being so honest and real.
Yes, I think the biggest thing about for me, I think the biggest thing about me being a part of this platform, I always said, like, you can take the trading away from me, but if people take the trading away from me, I would still want to be a part of the culture. I still want to be a part of the academy because we have the cultural investment group, right? And then we have our chairman, which is Riyadh Jones. We have the whole entire retirees, but then we also have a whole entire company that's really, really stands behind you. Like you have Christopher Terry, that is like it's bigger than it's just the company. The company is just amazing. Like the people in it, they're always like the mentorship that we get every Sunday. Like there's a whole, we even got Bob Proctor as a freaking educator.
Yes.
Let me tell y'all something. When Whisper Pitt spoke, like my wife, we were putting together that bookshelf from hell. Yeah, it took like 6 hours. You know, anything from IKEA with the little pictures and little men doing weird stuff. Like them instructions suck. But anyway, see, here we are 6 hours into our trying to put this bookshelf together, on the shelf that we messed up. And he said what he said, and she said, "What the hell he just said?" I said, "I think he just said, like, there are different stories. Everybody, I think Aaliyah said it best. Everybody needs to hear your testimony because you don't know who needs to hear it, who needs to be able to become the better version of themselves. They've been waiting to become, but they needed to hear what you had to say. Because what you got to say, shout out to you. My sister just said, Shy and KB remind me of home so much, right? This is your wife, KB. But when I see their growth, it makes me want that so bad for our friends. Kiana's voice is so soothing. It's what I needed. It's what I needed when I was at a real low point. When I heard the happy in her tone, it helped me get focused. I was instantly wanting to hear more. Amarie, I caught her launch, and I felt so centered when she talked. Like all of what you guys put into us, keep it going. This is my first time here in China, and her rawness is giving me motivation to work harder.
Yes, y'all, come on. With the onions.
So,
come on now.
All right, we're cutting onions all day.
Yeah.
Like, what's happening right now?
I had to learn, like, for real, just to simply describe, like, culture investment, our group as a whole. There was something, I can't remember if it was like a discussion that we were having, but there was a post that said, would you rather be rich and alone, or would you rather be broke around surrounding your friends? And I realized, like, you are, like, the energy that you bring out, you attract, and the people that, you know, what you are comes to you. And I said, I would rather be with the people who I've been with now, and how we are wanting to heal others, how we are wanting to grow and build, because we know that our life is not our own, and we are open to sharing our stories because there are other people who are going through, like, we know what's going on in this world, in this atmosphere of the things that we're fighting on the outside, exteriorly from our bodies, and also on the inside, even when it comes to mentally. I know I would take that, I would be broke and then surrounded by the Culture Investment Group, because at the end of the day, they're open and we are willing and sharing the knowledge that we do have, because if somebody's seeing that I was down, they check up on us. Like, this is real, girl. It is real.
Yeah.
And you know what I
like
what I like the most about it is, like, it doesn't really matter, like, if someone's going through something, we gonna make sure, like, all right, how you doing? Or and even the saying that I always say when I'm doing pre-those is, if you want to live a certain type of way, if you want a certain type of lifestyle, if you want a certain type of mindset, you need to get around people that have the results that you want. And if you get close enough to the fire, you're gonna catch on fire, right? And so that fire can last however long you want it to last. But if you get away and kind of like, my mom always says, like, are you gonna be on the straight and narrow road? Like, are you gonna just stay focused on what you need to do? Or are you gonna veer off and, you know, do what you want to do and then try to come back? Like, it's like, dang, like, it just takes so long, you know, versus saying, I'm gonna be focused on what I need to do. This is the end goal. I'm going to do whatever it takes to get there. Like, and I feel like the culture investment group, IE Mastery Academy, our chairmen, like everybody really, really pours that into us on talking about making sure like your mind, we talk about trading, but it's also about your mindset and helping other people get into this. So, but what I want to do really quick, Lo, if you don't mind, I have one of my really, really good, one of my friends, really, I call her Sis. I actually met her out in London when we were doing, did I promote her to panelists? Okay, I did. All right. I hope she should be able to get on, yeah. So I actually met her out in London, and no one really knew each other when we was all together, but I have literally, like, when we were in London together, we were literally unranked, and she was talking about how she wanted to build her team, how she wanted to make sure that everyone around her was going to be successful. And right now, she's a P1. We went to London back in February, and she was unranked, just how I was unranked, and she literally hit, like, when she came back, it was like P150, P600. I was like, dang, sis, this is moving really, really fast. So I just want to bring her on really quickly and then just ask her, the question I have for her is, how do you feel about like having a home-based business? Like, how is it helping other people become successful? And also, she's a very, really amazing trader. And how is it balancing trading and training your team and also being able to create a home-based business at the same time?
Oh, Miss Naja, I hope she's gonna remember every question you just asked her.
I know, right? That was a lot. So is she on?
Yeah, I see her picture. Is she here?
I think she's probably trying to get. I'm on. Okay, sis, you can unmute yourself if your camera and answer if you remember the question I just asked you.
Got you.
Okay, there you go.
Can you hear me? Hello, how are you?
Welcome to Sitting Tips.
Hello. Let me first say thank you for inviting me on this call. Thank you, right? I know she asked me a couple questions, right? She was like, I don't know if you're gonna remember.
Sorry. Okay, so the first one was how do you feel about like helping other people become successful and balancing trading and building a home-based business?
Got you. So I did, I'm first introduce myself. I am Naja. A lot of my family calls me Nye. I am a P1000 within IML. I'm gonna just say IML altogether, right? What I did was I started actually in September, and like she said, we met in London. So beforehand, I actually was just on the trading side. It was just me learning the actual skill of trading and learning exactly, what it is that I can get from just trading the foreign exchange market, right? So I would definitely say, to me, it was learning the skill first and then finding out a way how to build a business upon that. So if I don't really know the skill, how am I going to teach somebody else the skill? So it was like, okay, let me take this time. And honestly, I wasn't interested in building at the time. It was kind of like, let me really get in the books. Let me really get into this academy because the academy offers so much. And I think a lot of people that's partnered with us and a lot of customers that's in the business doesn't understand how much value is actually in the actual academy, right? Like if you really go through it, since all the gems are there. It's not me having to get on a training or me tell you anything like that. It's like really plug into what you pay for. But it was really just like understanding, the naked chart, understanding how to actually mark up support resistance, things like that, like the simple things. And then from there, it was easy for me to hop on a training and tell somebody else, this is how you use this product, or this is how you use this. And from there, it was like, of course, I went to Houston for Millennials 2. It was my first event. I kind of got the culture there. I kind of got the building side, and that's when it really started interesting me to really start building, really like look into it. Like I'm impacting lives with this. If I know that I can make this, I can go to work. I go to work, make a little bit of money, but I'm making the same exact money from the markets. I know that I can impact somebody else's life the same exact way, especially people that's not able to work, people that, have kids, really want to stay at home with their kids. I have a lot of moms on my team, right? So it was kind of like, if they can do it, especially their age, I think it was the age for me. It was like, you look at all the trade house, not even trade house, some of just IMO leaders in general, chairmen in general. It was like, y'all are 20 years old, 21 years old, you know, they're young. I'm the same age. I'm in college. You know, I was working a full-time job. I was a full-time student, and I was doing a full-time internship when I first started, you know, trading. So it was like, if I'm able to balance this, and I see the same exact thing happening with these chairmen, they're able to go 6 figures with it, I could do the same thing. So that's really when I started looking into it, of course. And then London, I think London just was the takeoff for us. Like it was amazing. Like, I promise, Houston was amazing, but London was just a whole different experience. I tell everybody all the time, like, London owes me nothing. Like, London owes us nothing. I think it was amazing, like, to be there with people that was actually on our team, actually get to understand each other, see where everybody's coming from, because everybody is different. It's a lot of different personalities that we were able to, like, come in contact with. The ability to, like, do, like, team building activities and not even realize it's team building until after you leave, like, you know, things like that, really getting to know people, right? So when I came back, what was the first thing I did? It was like, I'm in that mode. I really got in mode. Like, I'm not gonna lie to you, I really got in mode. I was like, I know I can build this business. Let me really get to it. Because at the end of the day, I know the skill now. So I can teach somebody else the skill. So it really was like, it started with my first 3 people, of course, going P150. And from there, I think my business took off because I was putting myself, you know, in front of the camera, really getting on trainings, really teaching what I know. Because what it is like, if what you're learning is not teachable, then your business won't thrive, like, at all. It's not teachable to the next person. That person can't take it to the next person. That's what really is going to take you to the next level. And that's really going to show you, you know, how consistent you are, as well as, you know, the business together. So, yeah.
That was good. Now I have this last question for you. When you first actually start building, sometimes it's like your family will be like the last people to join you. How was it when you first got started? You were excited about it, trying to tell your family about it. Like, what was their reaction to you?
Okay, so like I will go back to when I first started last year, September. I would say that those were the first people that I was trying to introduce it to, because I was kind of being put in a spot where it's like, you should be wanting to build, like, coming into it. So of course, like, I was like trying to tell people, but it wasn't like how I am now. Like, you need this. Like, this isn't necessary, right? Like, this is gonna save your life. But then it was just like, I'm doing this, especially when it comes to confidence. And I tell my team all the time, like, confidence speaks a lot. Like, confidence speaks a lot. And I think back then it was that I didn't have the confidence, right, to tell my family that I was doing this. Or if I was telling it, it wasn't like, I'm confidently telling you that, you know, I'm really making money from this opportunity. So of course they knew about it. Now I have my dad a part of my business. You know, I have my sister. I have, like, family, friends a part of my business. I have, you know, people back home in Miami that's a part of my business. So when it comes to it now, of course, like, they're open to it, because I think I come to it differently. Like, I'm very, very confident when it comes to iMastery Academy, I Am Academy. Like, you can't tell me anything about trading. And I think one thing I like to tell, like I said, I like to tell my team is, if you're not confident about what you do and what you're a part of, it speaks through. Like, somebody can see that. If you're on a phone doing a 3-way, if you're telling somebody, yeah, I like to, you know, share this opportunity with you, they can tell from how you approach them if you're confident about what you do, whether you're making money or not. It shows through. So I think now it's like, I can tell somebody, like, I have this opportunity for you, and now it's honestly for you. I'm already a part of the opportunity, right? So if I'm here talking to you about it, it's really to help you. I'm only here to help you because I'm already a part of it. I know what I make from this business, right?
It's all about your posture, like being confident in what you're saying. And me and Sandra was, I call her Lo, we was talking about it earlier on basically, like, when it comes to, like, closing people or asking people, like, oh, do you really want to do it? And Sandra was saying, like, I'm not here to convince you to do anything. Exactly. Like, either you want to do it or you don't want to do it. But go ahead.
I do not close them. No, when she asked, the question was, Lo, can you walk us through how you close somebody that keeps giving you a different date? I don't.
Right.
If you want to sign up, you gonna call me back. If I got to chase you to sign up, I'm gonna have to chase you for this plug-in. I'm not doing that. I don't. Yeah. I do. And I think that was probably the best decision I ever made in this business, was to I'm not chasing any damn body. Right. You want to do this or not, right? And I tell people, like, you can let me do the second part of the presentation if you want to. I'm telling everybody on the line. It does not matter if you say yes. We about to get paid as soon as we hang up.
Facts.
And I need you to get paid. I need you to
give you the information. That's it.
People feel entitled. No, don't be entitled. I don't need you. I would like for you to be a part of this. You could benefit from this, but I'm about to get paid whether you say yes or no.
Right.
Yeah. Understand. So the answer to me, like I said it matter of factly. I said I don't close that.
Yeah. And I feel like
tell me, "Lo, I'm ready." Cool, let's do it. If you're not, I don't. It's too much.
And I also feel like when people get the how can I say, when people get the sense or the feel of the family environment, because sometimes people are looking for stuff, right? People are looking for solutions. People are looking for somewhere to be, right? And always, so sometimes when you invite your family, your friends to like these Zoom calls, they're like, oh, I don't know. I don't think I want to do it. But sometimes the things that we don't want to do, our solution is hidden inside of that. So like a Zoom call, your solution is hidden inside a Zoom call. You know, a training, your solution, or a mind shift call, your solution is hidden inside of that. But you will never get that because you don't want to take that, because you're like, I don't have time. Like, well, sometimes you have to make time because you never know what's going to be in that to shift your mind or change anything, like whether it's trading, whether it's your mindset, whatever it is, like you really have to stay connected and plugged in with everything. If not, it's like, what are you here for?
No, I agree.
That's how it was when I first started. When I jumped into the information, I didn't know what it was. I kept telling myself to keep an open mind. Keep an open mind. I have always been lazy and a procrastinator. You know, lazy and a procrastinator. And when I actually got into the information, I kept telling myself to keep open mind, keep open mind. First night, I'm like, all right, tomorrow I'm not getting it. But something pushed me. I told myself, like, what did you say yesterday? And I got on again and again and again and again. You know, so it was a fight. It was a battle between myself and my mind, you know, just to want it for myself, you know. So if you want it for yourself, sometimes you get like, if you want something you never had before, you got to do something that you've never done before.
Period.
So that's the mindset that I have right now. Going forward, I tell my wife that. I tell my sister. I tell my entire family that you want to do something that you have never done before. You have to do something, you know, that you never done before. You got to do some stuff that you haven't done, you know. So
I was always told that. I was always told that, you know, when you start feeling uncomfortable, that means it's time for you to change.
That's
it's time
growth.
for you to find something else to do.
Discomfort is when your growth happens.
Right.
Yeah. You are comfortable. You never.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's the push that you need. You feel uncomfortable. That means, okay, well now I don't like being here. So let me figure out what I'm gonna do next, because this is not it. So yeah, that's what's keeping me too.
One thing that Steve Harvey said is like, if you're going through hell, why stay in it? And then thinking like, okay, don't go back. If you know where you came from, don't go backwards to where you were.
Right. You know what
progress forward. You know what's back there. Don't go back there. Get through hell. Come on.
You know what I've seen? I don't know who. I think it was a chairman, or it was somebody, or Tay, or somebody posted some type of message about, man, bro, like I see where you're at now. I wish I would have listened 3 years ago.
Right.
Like, and I feel that sometimes when we are talking to our friends and family about this opportunity, we want it for them so bad. But at the end of the day, I can't want it more than you. I can't want it more.
I definitely I want to piggyback off of that, because I tell my leaders, as well as like the leaders within my organization, the same thing as well, because, you know, coming into it, of course, you're going to want it more. You're going to want it more for them regardless, right? Because they're new to the opportunity. This is something new for them, right? I definitely want it for you. But at the end of the day, you have to meet me halfway, right? I can want it for you till you get to P150, but, you know, or whatever the case may be, the next level. But it's like, okay, when are you going to meet me halfway? When is it going to come to, okay, cool, like you see where I am, you see how the business is moving, you see the momentum. When do you feel like, okay, now is your time to get within that, right? Stop congratulating others and be congratulated, right?
Yeah.
So that, yeah, definitely. They gotta meet you halfway. They have to.
Yeah. And even I came from a standpoint where Lo was coming from, because I'm a health and wellness coach. And I knew for a fact, I was like, dang, I might not even be able to build because I'm not chasing anybody. I knew that I jumped in because of the position where I was. And as a health and wellness coach, like I come into people who say that they're tired of being in the situation that they're in, that they want to lose weight, that they want to live a healthier life, that they want to, lower their blood pressure and stuff. And it's like, are you willing to give up the things that are keeping you there? Are you willing to build something in or build up new habits that'll help you get to the person that you are? I can't do it for you. I have clients that'll say like, girl, let me just work out for me. Like, I will do it with you. It takes you physically to do that. I will not be able to be at your house and feed you. Like, what are you doing it for? What is your why? And what I realize is that the bigger my why got, and when I wake up every day and think of, okay, why am I doing this? What is my vision? Like, I'm not a mom yet. Like, most of my mom stuff is from my nieces and nephews or, me working with kids. Like, I have a whole bird, like not a fried bird, but like just an animal. So I'm pushing towards, like, I want to be a mother. And where I watched my mom, like a single mom, raise 3 kids, being the oldest, I helped them. And, she worked her butt off and she just didn't have the time because, she used that time to be at that job to provide for her kids. And she wanted to be there. So I want to know that I want to be there for my kids. I want to know that I want to be there for my nieces and nephews and to be able to build that generational wealth and show them. And this was, it just brightened my eyes. It was just like that vehicle. This is the vehicle that is allowing me to do that is helping me progress my business. This isn't just the only thing. It's not about trading. It's about what it's give. It's what it's able to give. Yeah. And taking that and sharing that.
So look, I have, before we get off, I want everyone that's on our panelists, before we get off, because I know Lo has a pre-sale to do soon.
For you.
But I want all of my panelists to give me their 5 whys. Like, I know with the culture, when we first get people started, we tell them to send your mentor the 5 whys that you got started. Like, why are 5 reasons why you got started? What are your whys? What's going to keep you going? Because we're going to hold you accountable to that. So when you feel like quitting, I'm going to remind you of your 5 whys. I'm going to remind you why you're doing it.
So is everybody watching?
So I want to start. Yep. So me and Lo.
Lagging a little bit.
Just cut all the way
so
in.
I see Amarie, KB, Nye, and then China.
Yep. So Amarie, you go first with your 5 whys so we can get her sound right.
Okay, cool.
Huh?
So,
who is on here?
Hello.
KB, Nye, and China.
All right, am I ready? So starting off, I've watched my grandmother work all her entire life, even after retirement. So I knew that I wanted to retire my mom and my grandma just so, we can work and grow as a family. I knew I wanted to create generational wealth and actually share this knowledge with my nephew to show them or progress to see what they want to work towards their passion. Because a lot of people have jobs where it's like keeping them from, living their dreams and their passion, how they want to be fruitful in this world. And even right now, just my third one is just spreading this information and giving the knowledge out to other people, because we as a whole and what we're going through right now, culturally, we're fighting for our lives. Like, we're fighting just to the bare minimum to breathe, right? So just giving more information, because I feel like if you knew better, you would do better. So we don't have to be out in the streets. We can fight, like, when it comes to our wealth and building our wealth in our communities. So sharing that wealth. I also want to be able to fund my energy fit business. I want to start a nonprofit organization when it comes to mental health, because a lot of us, we go through, when it comes to anxiety and depression, most of learning how to let go of the things that has traumatized us to keep us from living in our true purpose. That's something that we're holding on to. Like, a lot of people, even you, Lo, not just saying, but there are people who are in the Army who's been in battles, who's seen people die, and just learning how to adjust and be back into reality, working on that. And then of course, you know, pushing towards and learning how to drop off of mine and get to a place where I want to be able, I found my dream place to be and to be able to get there. And this has helped me get there, just having that vision. So that I've written it down. So those are my 5 whys.
All right, KB.
All right, my 5 whys. The first why was my family. The first why was my family to be able to have no boundaries when taking care of them. Have no boundaries, having no limit, you know, to be able to do whatever they want to do, whatever we want to do. All right. The second reason why was to teach my family. Like I said, to teach my family, because once I learn it, what happens when I go, you know, you should have this information so they can continue the process. All right. Number 3 was my mom. My mom, we struggled. You know, I just want to take care of her, like with no boundaries, like just to be like, here, mom, or, you know, let me buy this for you. Let me do this for you. My 4th reason was just to gain the knowledge. The knowledge, like who runs away from education, like knowledge, like any form of knowledge, like it will be beneficial, like no matter what it is. It could be this platform, it could be something just so super small, but for you to know can change your life, can save your life at this point in time that we're going through. You know, I joined this platform and the culture during this situation that was going on outside, and any form of knowledge that's truthful, like it can change the whole situation. Number 5 was just to be permanent, to be to be able to retire, to be able to not have someone telling me what to do. Like I love work. You know, I love work. I always say that it's my exercise. At this point in time, it's my exercise. You know, but I don't want to work. Like I don't want to work for forever. You know, I have another reason why now. I have a sixth reason why I joined the platform. It wasn't a reason when I first started because I told my mentor Cliff that I wasn't gonna tell anybody. I said, nah, I'm just gonna learn how to trade. I don't want to talk to nobody. Forget everybody, you know. And when I learned it, and I seen some of my friends like gravitate to it, like quick, and they say, thank you for telling me this, thank you, you know, and just to see their results, like see their excitement, like it excited me more than I got excited for myself just to see somebody else win, you know. So my sixth reason is to help as many people as I can feel the way I felt, feel the way my other friends felt, you know, or now as feel like my family feels when we're winning, you know, when things are going great. Like that's my 6 reasons why.
That's awesome.
That's awesome. Now you know.
Who's next? Me?
Yep.
Is it me?
Yes,
Yeah,
ma'am.
no, it's not. It's not.
Okay.
No, it's not.
I was like, it's breaking up. My 5 whys. The first one has already been completed. When I came into this, of course, I wanted to quit my job, retire from my job, quit my retail job, never go back. I've been able to do that with this opportunity. Crazy, amazing. I look back at it like, you know, my last couple of days at work, not even last couple of days at work, but the whole month I was like, 2020 was an amazing year. Meanwhile, all of this crazy stuff is going on, but I kept on saying it, and I was able to retire. I was able to, you know, quit my job and just do this full time. So that was definitely one of my whys. Of course, next was generational wealth, the ability to, you know, have this opportunity where not only is it just me, but we have hundreds of people that's been positioned to, you know, create generational wealth within their family within the span of 5 years or minimum, right? You know, or less, right? So definitely generational wealth within this opportunity. That's definitely my why. Always been my why before this opportunity. But I definitely feel like this opportunity is able to, you know, put me a little bit closer, a little bit. It's going to get me there a little bit faster, right? Of course, happiness, stability, the ability to do and go as I please. Love it. And then using this opportunity, of course, to create other businesses, create things that, you know, I'm passionate for. I was a film and television major before I graduated in May from Georgia State. So, you know, ability to go around, create, you know, businesses out for that, as well as like little foundations or smaller foundations for kids and, you know, people that just want to fulfill that dream, but they're not able to or don't have the necessary funds for it. So, yeah.
Awesome. Okay. So my 5 whys, of course, my first one is always going to be my kids, to build a foundation for them, and, you know, what goes along with breaking generational curses, you know, considering the way that I grew up, you know, that's just something that that has to happen. Also I am a helper just naturally. I just naturally find peace in sharing something with somebody else that they might not know about and that could possibly change their life. You know, that's just, it's always been in me since I was a little girl. Like, you know, it's a blessing and a curse, but that is something that I enjoy doing. My third why is to have all my bills on auto pay. My 2020 BMW is gonna be on auto pay. In my little house and everything, all my bills are gonna be on auto pay. That's number 3. Number 4, to prove to myself that I did something and I was successful at it. Because I always, since I can remember, since I was 18 and was able to be in the world, I've always been in competition with myself. Like, I've always pushed myself to see how successful I would do. I'm very optimistic. So I, like, you know, and just growing up, being a child that, you know, transferred, moved different places, never stayed in one spot for too long, that weighed on me, but it also created me to have a what's the word, to open up my horizon, to see, you know, to see things differently and to be able to go out and want to see more. So that is definitely something. I would like to travel. I want to do, you know, have multiple, you know, things on the side, be an entrepreneur, do all those things. And I figured, you know, this would be my platform and this would be my base to where I could go out and do other things. And my last why, let's see. I think I only have 4 major ones. I don't think I have one. I think being here, being in culture investment group, yeah, I mean, there's a why every day. When I wake up, okay, I need to get up and do this because, you know, the energy was high today and I just need to get it together, you know. So that's, I think that would be my 5th, would be just being in SIG and just being, just staying motivated so that I can see my progress.
Oh, that's good. Can y'all hear me? Or am I still breaking up?
You sound a little better.
I can hear you.
You can hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, good. 'Cause let me tell you, I was on 2, my iPhone and my iPad, so something's gonna work today. So I will go with my 5 whys. My first one is just to be mentally, my whole thing was mentally stable, to be honest. I always say, even when I'm doing presentations, I want to get around people that were like-minded, that had the results that I wanted, and just be able to be strong-headed, because I would really get like depressed easily. Like small things would like really just like put me into a deep depression. And my main thing was if I can get around people that have a strong mind, that are motivating, you know, I will be okay. And that's exactly what the culture or even IML has done for me. The people that I have met, Nye is not even in the culture, but she's part of IML, and seeing her going up, the encouraging messages that we see each other like on Instagram, like that really, really helps. For me, mindset was number one. Number two is I want to help my mom open her business that she always wants to open. I want to be able to retire my grandmother. She's 72 and she's still working. So I want to get to that point. I want to personally open a photography business. I went to school for photography. So I want to open like my own personal photography studio. And actually get right back to it. And then my fifth one is to help everyone else around me. I feel like this is a skill set that everybody can learn, everybody can know, that can really set them up for life. And actually just share the wealth and not be selfish with it, because being selfish with the information is not going to get you anywhere. And so those are my...
Well, since my partner's mic was going in and out, I didn't realize we were going to give our whys as well. So to be honest, my first and my greatest why is my last name. So my real last name is not Lopez, it is Mercado, and that's my mom's last name. So I'm doing everything I have ever done to be 1,000% honest. I've always done it for her. Like she did everything for me. So that's like encompasses all 5 of my whys. But like if I had to break it down even further, to prove myself that I'm greater than everything that could have stopped me growing up, right? Because I'm a product of second chances, right? People believed in me that shouldn't have. People pushed me that didn't have to. And it's not to prove them right or them wrong. It's well, maybe it is to prove them right, right? Because maybe up until, I don't know how many years ago, I probably still didn't believe in myself, right? Like I worked so hard just to not be like my father, just to not be like the person that everybody said I looked like and acted like. And I'm not going to go into what my dad was like, but he's not somebody I want to be compared to, right? I want to be compared to my mom, the greatest person on this earth. So yeah, for me, it's for my last name. For me, it's for my family. I don't have kids, right? So for me, it's like, we need to get this new money so these kids can have this old money. I got 2 nephews, you know what I'm saying? They deserve the old money. They deserve a way easier life than anything I ever had to go through. So for me, it's to have everything I've ever been through not go in vain, right? Because I want to be able to tell somebody like, yo, like that situation, the same way it broke you, could have made you. And it should have made you, because it made a lot of us, right? So you know, I go back home a lot, and everything that made me broke a lot of people. And you know, I'm just a testament to the way that I grew up. But for me, I've always been somebody that wants to help. I'm trying to share this with everybody, and I had to start it with my family, because I had to build. You know, I had to build in to build out, and that's what I want to do. You know, I want to go back home and help people. But for me, I want to help us first, so we can go out and help them. And those are my goals. But for me, the ultimate goal really is for my last name. It is for Mercado. It is for Mercado family. It is for everything I had, everything I came from. It is for my Jersey fam, my Puerto Rico fam, my Brooklyn fam. Like it's for us. You know what I'm saying? And I don't need everybody to believe in me for me to still do this shit for us. I'm still gonna do it for us. So yeah. I mean, that's where I'm at. And it might not be 5 whys, but I mean, it pushes me every day.
Can y'all hear me now?
Well, you're kind of in and out. Sis.
Well, I really want to just thank everyone that has joined SIP and PIP. We used to do it on every Thursday, but we have actually moved to Saturdays so we can get a lot more participation. And get more people on. And the purpose of SIP and PIP is to have real live, candid conversation, real stories, real people. We come with a new topic every single week. So if you have any topics that you want us to touch on or talk about it, let us know, because nothing really is off limits with me and Lo. We're really open-minded, and I love SIP and PIP. I don't know about anybody else, but I love it. I love every single episode that we have. This is actually our 5th or 4th episode.
You know what? I tried to count this morning. I was like, how many? We already did 3.
I think it's our 4th. I think it's I think it's our official 4th episode, but
Okay.
I really enjoy it. I love everyone that come on at the panelists. I want to thank every panelist that came on here. You guys really shared your testimonies, your life stories were real authentic. And I just can't wait to see exactly who actually made it come to pass. Like, it was like, okay, we're gonna do Sip and Pip Thursdays. And I was like, all right, shoot, Lo told me about it. I said, well, let's run with it. Like, let's run the play. We're gonna figure it out. But we have a lot of people that come back to us and let us know, like, wow, that really motivated us. Like, that really put a lot of stuff in perspective. And that's so, like, I don't know how Lo feels, but that is just so heartwarming to us, because it's just 2 people, that decided to do something different. And it's for everybody. Like, everybody, you don't have to be a master trader. You don't have to be a master builder. You can just be a regular person that just want to hear great information and real life stories, and you can jump on and get that. So normally Lo has me end it, but I'm going to go ahead and pass over to Lo so she can finish the episode of Sip and Pip.
Awesome, sis. Thank you so much. First of all, thank every single one of you guys for coming on. I really appreciate all of your testimonies, your feedback. We got tremendous amount of great feedback on Facebook. I'm not sure what your Facebook shares look like, but I tried to read off all the ones we have. And like Kiana said, the goal of Sip and Pip for us was just to, like, show people that this probably is for you. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're like a trader, or a person who trades isn't just a trader. Like, we all have bigger goals. And I said earlier, my goals are bigger than Chairwoman, because my getting to that point is going to allow me to really get to where I'm going, right? And Chairwoman isn't the end all for me. You know what I'm saying? It's not the last stop. It was another trip I had to take, right? Another detour I had to go on to get to where I'm going, and I'm okay with that. But some of y'all think that a trader looks a certain way, or oh, you guys just showed me this pyramid scheme. What you mean? I'm tired of telling y'all, nobody on this line, nobody in this academy, nobody using this platform needs you to get paid. We want you to get paid, right? It's so much money out here for us to get. We want you to get some. We getting some. You can't have mine. Get your own, right? Exactly. But Sip and Pip has really become like we want to be a community thing. We want y'all to know that all of you could be included. You could all be panelists. What do you bring, right? Because it really is about mindset. It's about what you think. What do you want? Like, the most important thing to know before jumping into anything is, what do you want? What do you want, right? And some of you think that's so easy to answer, but it's not, because some of the things that you guys want are simply superficial, and that shit is easy. Get a little deeper and figure out what it is you really want, and that's going to drive you to all the places you thought you never could get to. I promise. But from the bottom of my heart, and Kiana's, thank you so much for being here. I got a pre-zone in 15 minutes. I'm going to drop the link on the Facebook page. If you guys want to know what got us all hype, go ahead and hop on the next call, and we'll make sure you get all the good info. God bless. Y'all have a good weekend.
Peace.